As a Vikings fan right now, I feel like I'm being put through the ringer, man. You know what I mean? We getting this guy. We like this guy. We interested in this guy. I'm going to tell you, man, what is the plan? Now, I go back and I always think about what happened, and I've told this story a couple times already since it's been the offseason. And I go back to the time where Kirk Cousins got injured. And I thought about what the Vikings did afterwards, and they went out their way to get a guy in Joshua Dobbs. We also had some kind of reports where the Vikings were semi-aggressive going after a guy like Anthony Richardson. So I can't get that out of my head thinking about what kind of quarterback does Kevin O'Connell actually want? What is the actual plan? Is it J.J. McCarthy? Is it Drake May? Or are they trying to steer everybody in another direction because they really want Jayden Daniels? Now, there's reports coming out that the Commanders are going Drake May, but then 1 week later, you have the Commanders are going Jayden Daniels. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, but I wanted to ask the Vikings community, man, Purple Gang, is there still a chance for the Vikings to get Jayden Daniels? Because everybody knows how I feel. I like J.J. McCarthy. I'm a Michigan fan. Everybody knows that, but I always say that JD5 would be my number one choice. I talked to his head coach, man. Shout out to coach, man. Listen, tells me great things about him. And by the way, he's a Vikings fan as well. And he wants Jayden Daniels to get drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, as I do as well. And I'm going to tell you, most Vikings fans do want that to happen. That is most Vikings fans' option A. But then option B, you got a split between May and JJ McCarthy. But again, I'm telling you right now, man, if the Vikings are trying to get people off the rocker just so that they can sneak up in there and get your boy Jayden Daniels, I'm going to be okay with that. I like that. That's okay, but I just need to know, be straight up, man. Commanders, shout out my boy Rio, man. Shout out my boy ProTech over there, man. Let us know, man. What's the inside scoop over there, man? Do y'all want May or y'all want Daniels? I need to know. You feel me? I need to know, man, because I want your boy Jayden Daniels. I think Jayden Daniels, to me, would be the best pick the Minnesota Vikings could make. I just think that he is the full package, the closest thing to Caleb Williams in this draft, if you ask me. Now, when you got a J.J. McCarthy, obviously, you know, you're going to put him in. He's a warrior. He's a winner. But again, I do think there's going to be some growing pains. I'm okay with that. I'm expecting that. And, you know, most fans probably aren't going to have the patience for that as I would, or any other Michigan fan that understands J.J. McCarthy. But when a JD5, man, you put him in, and this kid can just play football, bruh. Like, he is just a player. He's a baller, bruh. Like, he's one of those guys where he has a lot of God-given talent. You know what I mean? And that could be used to our advantage. And I think him getting with Kevin O'Connell would be the best ideal package that we could ask for as Vikings fans when it comes to April 25th on draft night. Now, will we have to trade up with the Commanders? I don't know. According to Tom Pelissero, he asked Dan Quinn, hey, has the phone been ringing for pick number 2? He said yes. He said, but it would cost a hefty penny, man, to move up there. So they're entertaining things, rightfully so. You know, obviously they're going to do their job and entertain some calls and stuff like that. The Patriots, but you know, the Patriots are saying, hey, they willing to move back. I think we've had report after report that the Patriots are open to moving back. They're not really stuck on getting a quarterback, obviously, because they have other things they need to build first. Like, if you just throw a quarterback in New England, it's not going to fix anything, all right? You're going to bury that guy, and it's going to turn into another bust, man, and disappointment because the kid didn't have the opportunities to win and play at the best potential. So the Patriots would be a good pick for us to move up to 3. Now, if we can move up to 4, that's what I'm okay with. But if we move up to 3, that's what I want. Let me say that again. If we move to 4, I'm okay with that. But 3 is what I actually want, because I think 3 would actually give us a chance to get a Jayden Daniels. You know, I sit back and I'm like, dang, bro, like, I think Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi and them and whoever's coming together with this collaboration, including Justin Jefferson, I think the eye is really on Jayden Daniels. It's just been too quiet. You know what I'm saying? You ever get that weird feeling where it's like there's just not enough chatter going on about Jayden Daniels going to the Vikings? And that's usually how it always turns out, where it's like, hey, they're trying to stay away from the press. Hey, we really love J.J. McCarthy. We really love Drake May. These are the guys we're obsessed with. We want these guys. It's going to be the best fit. And then come draft night, if you're able to move up to 3, Commander's going to say, yeah, oh, yeah? Well, we like this guy too. Let's get him. And then guess what? Jayden Daniels is sitting there at number 3, and the Vikings get to draft him. Would you be okay with that as a Vikings fan? I would. Because when it comes to talent, I feel like he's probably the most talented in this damn draft. If you compare his year that he had last year to Caleb Williams 2023 year, bro, it's very similar. Like but those are two hell of a seasons, man. Two hell of a seasons. Go look at Caleb Williams' Heisman season and look what Jayden Daniels did last year. And I'm going to tell you, man, you going to be like, damn, you feel me? Like, ain't much difference there. And I'm going to tell you, the way they ball, look, man, Jayden Daniels is the way to go if it's possible, if you can do it. I had to ask the crowd on X. I said, hey, are you telling me there's a chance? Because I see these reports, Dan Graziano coming out saying that we're gonna offer a crazy package and all that. I see all that coming out, and I'm like, here we go. You know, the past 2 weeks, all I've been seeing been Drake May and J.J. McCarthy, and all of a sudden I'm seeing Jayden Daniels pop up today, and I'm like, yo, what is it? What is it? What is it? We need to know, because I want what I want, and I said this again, I'll say it one more time, man. Jayden Daniels is my number one. J.J. McCarthy's number 2, Drake May number 3. Though that's the order that RAP want. Now your order might be different and that's okay, but I think most people can compromise and come together and say, hey, if we are able to get a guy like JD5, then I think we'll walk away from that draft feeling really, really good inside as Vikings fans, because we know that we have a baller that can do it all. He can throw deep, he can throw over the middle, he can throw short, and he can also use his legs and be dangerous. One thing about him that people talk about is him taking big hits. And I see that when I watch his film. He does take big hits, you know, but I think that's something, and I've said this again, is you can sit him down and talk to him and say, look, you're playing against the NFL players now. Hey, you look here. You run out there and you keep taking them hits, they're going to get you. You're going to get hurt, man. Something, and you got to just bank on his character and him being obedient, him knowing like once you tell him something, he understands and he believes you and he trusts you and he takes your word. Because if he's stubborn and you tell him that and yet he still goes out there, then yes, we'll have a price to pay. But we have to make sure that our coaching staff can identify that characteristic in him during the interview process and understand that this kid is a good listener. He understands, he takes heed to what we're saying. Let's get it rocking. And I'm going to tell you, that's something, if that's the one knock, is that he takes hits, I will be okay risking it for that, because I believe that that's something you can work on and get better at. I mean, Lamar Jackson got super good at it, trying to avoid hits. I mean, football happens. Football happens and it's going to happen, but there is little things you can do to try to slim down the chances. And that's one thing Jayden Daniels can work on. And I believe if that's the only knock, bruh, sign me up, though. Like, for real, man, sign me up, because when it comes to everything else, the boy is balling, man. Let me know how you feel in the comments, man. Jayden Daniels, can he be a Minnesota Viking? Is there still a chance? Drop it down in the comments, man. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.